friends, and welcome back to my shave den. So we're going to do a video for this midweek once again, one that I've really been looking forward to doing, and I got my handle in the mail yesterday. So this is going to be a shootout of two Karves, and we'll talk about that as we get into lathering. So the soap I chose for today is the Club La Cosa Nostra. Nice tobacco and vanilla scent. Oh yeah, it's gorgeous. Nice dark soap. And we'll get right into the latherage of this. So the brush for today is going to be the CoyoteCuts Latherizer 28mm plissoft style knot. I have a little pop-up light just off camera, so hopefully I don't think it looks too bright on the camera or on the video. Just helps illuminate my face a little bit so I can kind of see what I'm doing on these gloomier days. So the tale of two Karves. Now, according to the Karve website, if you are a safety bar aficionado and you want to dip down into or use the open comb plates, they suggest you go down a plate size because the open combs are a bit more aggressive. Now, I'm not saying that Karve is lying or putting out misinformation. For me, I think, and we covered this briefly before, I think the aggressiveness comes down to the blade geometry, or the head geometry in the blade gaps themselves, not whether it's a safety bar or an open comb, because in all reality, the leading edge of what touches your face, whether it's safety bar or open comb, that shouldn't matter. That shouldn't change your level of shave. So I do have the perfect comparison with my choice of plates, as I have the safety bar in the C plate, and then I have the open comb in the B plate. So I'm going to have a blade gap with some positive blade exposure, and then I'm going to have a plate with some negative exposure. As my neighbors are going crazy next door with the power sander or something. Again, quiet all day right up until I decided to do this video. I don't understand it. Anyway, we will quickly get this lathered up. Hope everybody's having a great day. Mine's going pretty good. Kind of snowy here in the Red Island, but I guess it's that time of year. What can you do about it? What can you do about it, indeed? Although it was funny, it was 14 degrees yesterday, which is quite warm for this time of year, and today it's minus 12 with the wind chill. So it's very cold. Quite the temperature switch, I'll tell you that. Anyway, soap is lathering up nicely. Very nice scent on this. It is a bit of a tobacco forward scent, which is good. And then you get that vanilla, and then you get that little bit of spice in there. Very nice. Just trying to get her to the peak stage now, as I think I loaded way too much. Yeah, we'll get there pretty quick. I think get to that whipped cream consistency. I will say this pop-up light is actually helping. It illuminates this side of my face a little bit, which does help. I don't know why I didn't buy it sooner. It cost me next to nothing at the dollar store. Oh, I really hope all that noise isn't coming through in the video. If it is, I apologize for it. Like I said, it's been quiet over there all day, right up until I hit play on this, or record on this camera, which I don't get. To me, that doesn't sound like it seemed like much of a coincidence either. It's almost as if they heard me talking and it's like, oh, okay, now's a good time to do this. So anyway. Slowly losing my patience. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it quits with that. That is very nice lather, nice and slick. All right, so let's get into the meat of the shave. So for one side of the face, I'm going to use the Karve Christopher Bradley stainless razor. There you go in all its glory. 4-inch handle. This is the safety bar C-plate, so 0.085 millimeter blade gap. Razor weighs in at 114 grams with this 4-inch handle. And we will we'll wet the razor and we'll get into it. So, I said this does have the positive blade exposure. Very nice. Very smooth on the face despite that positive blade exposure. I'm working on 2 days growth. And both these razors have brand new Voscods in them. All right, so now the other side of the face. Now we will go with the brass Karve. Beautifully polished handle. I just got this from Anthony Baker, member of Canadian Wet Shavers. So the B-plate open comb with a brand new Voscod, blade gap of 0.73 millimeters, negative blade exposure, which means if you look at the razor side on the plane of 35-degree angle from the top cap to the safety bar or the open comb bar, the blade sits inside that plane. Where with a positive blade exposure, that blade sits out of the plane a little bit, leading to a bit more blade feel on the face, and you have to be a little bit more careful because you don't have the added protection of all the mechanisms in place. Very nice. First impression on that first pass, do feel just a tiny bit more blade with the C-plate, just to be expected. Both feel smooth though. All right, lather up for pass number 2. And that's one of the selling points of the Karve razors as well, is even on its most aggressive plate, which is the G plate, the special order G plate, and then subsequently the E plate, despite having a fair bit of positive blade exposure and a higher level of aggressiveness, these razors still feel very nice on the face. That's from customer testimonials. I haven't tried them. I've only used these 2 plates, but that's what I've gathered from the customer testimonials that I've seen online in reviews. So we'll lather up for pass number 2. So I'm going to change this pass a little bit. I'm going to do the cheek. I'm going to do the cheek on this side with the C plate. But I'm going to do a part of my neck with both on the same side. And I'll tell you why, because that's my trouble area. And if there's any difference in blade feel, I'm going to feel it there for sure. All right, so I'm going to do a few strokes on this right side with the C plate, but I'm not going to do the whole area. Very smooth feeling. Still real, no major amount of blade feel there. And now with the B plate in the same area to see what that negative blade exposure feels like. Yep, still incredibly smooth. I'll do this cheek with my B plate. And then finish off with the safety bar on that side. Very nice. Quick rinse. It's kind of a nice thing I like about having my custom Karve stand now too, is actually I can have a blade loaded in each Karve and I can just grab whichever I want. And I have another stand here. Let's see if I can got a camera without knocking everything out of it. I have another stand here that I keep my Macedo in, plus another razor on the go, which is right now my 1961 Fat Boy. So I have 3 razors with blades in them ready to go at any given time, which is kind of nice. And they're all nice and secure, not just hanging out on the counter. So I like that. It kind of gives me some options, you know, as to what razor I want to reach for. Whether it be one of the Karves or whatever razor I have in there. All right, so now the against the grain. And I have to say, even with this positive blade exposure on this C plate, it's shaving phenomenally well. Incredibly smooth. And as the shave goes on, I'm definitely not finding any more, I'm not finding any more aggressiveness with the open comb. It's exactly the way I figured it would be. It is, to my feel, a bit smoother. It is, to my feel, to be a bit smoother because of the negative blade exposure. Now, if you're going to get up into the higher plates, maybe, the higher comparisons, so say like D and E, maybe going from a D plate, a safety bar, to a C plate open comb, maybe you may feel a little bit more aggressiveness there, but I don't think so. Anyway, that's my opinion on the matter. That's just kind of the way it boils down for me. I think it all comes down to blade gap and blade exposure. It doesn't come down to what the leading edge against your face is. If anything, the open comb allows a little bit more residual soap to stay on your face to give you a slightly smoother, not a smoother shave, but a bit more protection, a bit more of a barrier, if you will, between the blade. But all in all, a very nice shave. I'm very fortunate to be able to double fist a pair of Karves, so I'm very, very happy. The downside, now I have 2 of them I have to clean and dry. That's all right. A little bit of Thayer's Lemon Witch Hazel, just feeling around. Yeah, it was a very nice shave. Quickly let that dry in. Yeah. Very nice. All right, so we will finish this up with the club, the Cosa Nostra Splash. Wonderful splash. Got some wonderful legs on it. This will last probably the better part of the rest of the day. If not, actually no, yes, this will last the rest of the day into the evening. The splash does have some wonderful legs. And it feels very nice on the face. Oh, beautiful. It's a beautiful scent. It's a nice feeling splash too. Leaves the face very hydrated. Just a little bit more, why not? This splash will outlive the soap, that I'm sure of. I'll run out of the soap long before I run out of this splash. Alright guys, so that is the shave for today. That is my comparison of the Karves. So the Karve Stainless and the Karve Brass. So yeah, I guess in summation, for me, I don't think that dropping down a plate to go from the safety bar to the open comb really makes all that much difference, especially if you're talking about C and B plates. You know, in reality, if you're going from the C safety bar to an open comb, you're going from a positive exposure on the blade to a negative exposure on the blade. The positive exposure on the blade is going to lead to less blade feel on the face, no matter how you slice it. So anyway, both of them shave phenomenally well. Let's get that clear though. Even with that positive blade exposure, it's still a very smooth shaving head, and you know, it's something that you can use with confidence and not worry about hurting yourself. So that's the shave, guys. Do appreciate it. To my new subscribers, thank you very much. Thank you for clicking that button and joining along the ride. And that's it. So until next time, friends, have a great day and an even better shave.